Grade 8 students are investigating the effect of heat on hydrated copper 2 sulfate. They observe that the blue crystals turn white when heated.
All right, science detectives. In this experiment, grade 8 students are heating hydrated copper 2 sulfate. But before they fire up the Bunsen burner, what colour are those crystals? If you said blue, you're absolutely right. Hydrated copper 2 sulfate crystals have a beautiful, vibrant blue colour. But why are they blue? Well, it's all thanks to those tiny water molecules trapped within the crystal structure. These water molecules, called water of crystallization, interact with the copper ions in a way that makes the crystals appear blue. It's like the water molecules are giving the crystals a colourful makeover. In fact, many compounds containing copper appear blue or green because of this interaction with water. Think of the beautiful blue-green colour of some gemstones, like turquoise. So remember, hydrated copper 2 sulfate crystals are blue because of the water molecules within their structure. Now, let's see what happens when we heat them up. Now for the exciting part. As the grade 8 students heat the hydrated copper 2 sulfate, they notice something interesting happening. Those blue crystals are turning white. Why is that? Remember those water molecules trapped inside the crystals? Well, when we heat the crystals, we give those water molecules enough energy to escape into the air as water vapor. This process is called dehydration because we're removing the water. And without those water molecules interacting with the copper ions, the crystals lose their blue color and become white. Think of it like this. The water molecules were giving the crystals a blue paint job, and when they escape, the crystals return to their original white color. You might even see some tiny water droplets forming on the cooler parts of the test tube. That's the water that has escaped from the crystals. So, the crystals change color because the water molecules are driven off during heating. This leaves behind anhydrous copper 2 sulfate, which is white. We've seen how heating hydrated copper 2 sulfate causes it to lose water and turn white. But here's the cool part. This change isn't permanent. If we add water back to the white anhydrous copper 2 sulfate, it will reabsorb the water and turn back to its original blue color. Amazing, right? This type of change, where we can get back the original substance, is called a reversible chemical change. There are many other examples of reversible changes in science. Melting ice is one. When ice melts into water, you can freeze the water back into ice. Dissolving salt in water is another example. You can evaporate the water and get the salt back. So, the change that occurs when hydrated copper 2 sulfate is heated and then rehydrated is a great example of a reversible chemical change. It shows us that some chemical changes aren't permanent, and we can reverse them under the right conditions.